Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a whole new episode of Checking In with Brando. Today, I got a very, very, very special guest. One of the few people that ever indirectly motivated me to become the best version of myself. I got a former teammate of mine, my guy DJ. How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? How you been?
I've been solid, bro. I've been working, man. What you been up to?
Yeah, man, I just graduated 3 weeks ago
For
on the
real?
19th. So yeah, just graduated. So trying to figure out what I want to do in my career right now. Applied to a couple places, so waiting to hear back. What about you, man?
Bro, hold on. My boy that officially graduated. How it feel, man?
Man, it don't even feel like I don't even know. It don't even like it didn't feel real at first, and I went to celebrate with my family and stuff. It's just like something you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So it's just like it didn't hit me till them transcripts came in the other day with my diploma. So yeah, I still gotta walk and stuff in May, but
Yeah.
it's a good feeling, man, knowing you put on all that hard work,
Mhm.
graduating, playing football at the same time. You know what I mean? I feel like it prepares you for anything you want to do in life. So
Man,
there we go.
man,
Yeah.
that's so real, bro. I remember when I first graduated, man, it didn't hit me till like after the fact, like a few months later.
Yes, bro.
I was already back home. I was driving around. I was like, hold on, because like my auntie, like she like congratulated me, and I was like, oh, it sounds like I really graduated from college. Like this is crazy.
It hits you, man. Like now you don't even look at stuff the same. Just like you feel like an adult. Like it's time to like grow up and stuff now. So you gotta mentally prepare yourself for stuff like that.
That's true, man. That's so real, man. Like, what do you think is like next for you, man?
Next, so I apply. I don't know if you know what air traffic control school is.
Hmm.
It's air traffic controllers basically tell the pilots where to go through like weather and traffic in the air and stuff like that. So my dad did it, so he kind of put me on, kind of showed me the ropes, he told me everything about it. So I went ahead and applied and took the test, and so I passed the test. And so now I'm just waiting to hear back from them for like job offers and stuff. They kind of slow though, so yeah.
Man, okay. My boy
But
said he lined his ducks up in a row, man. I like to hear that, man.
yeah, but it depends, man. If I don't end up liking that, I think I'm gonna go back because I graduated pretty mad, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that because it's like I wanted to go through air traffic control and stuff, but it kind of sucks. Like I was in organic chemistry, man. I was in
Yeah,
biology, cancer biology, all that stuff. I was
yeah,
really grinding, so it kind of sucks knowing you trying to go to a different career. I think Julia did the same thing, bro. Pre
yeah,
med, and I think she's business now, so it's still kind of like a weighing factor trying to decide on what I really want to do. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
Sometimes you gotta try stuff out, figure it out.
That's true, bro. And that's like the kind of like the what makes being in your 20s so great, because it's like
Yeah,
you
bro.
can really just explore, because like you don't have no joints right now. Don't tell me you got some
That's what
joints.
I'm.
All
Hell
right,
no, bro. Nah,
I just
nah,
gotta make
nah.
sure.
I'm
All
off
right,
that.
since you don't got no joints, bro, like, you can really like do your own thing and really find and just explore, and see like
That's
what do
what I'm
you
saying.
actually want to do. You got to worry about taking care of a child, or even like having a wife right now. So that's
No,
good.
bro. No wife. No, I ain't got no girl drama. I don't got none of that. So it's just like I can really do what I want to do. Like if I want to explore, if I want to go shadow a doctor, if I want to go shadow air traffic controller, I can do that. Or if I find something else I want to do, I can do that. I think the biggest pressure we get right when we graduate is like, man, I just graduated. I gotta hop into my career right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like you put pressure on yourself to just try to get in your career, try to get life moving on so fast. But we got time.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm trying to do now, man. Try to really figure out what I really want to do. I don't want to hop in a career and then not end up liking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's so true. It's like all of the extra pressure and weight we put on ourselves for no reason. Thinking like we have to live up to this certain idea, this certain expectation. But it's like doing that only causes more problems. It's like you just gotta really accept and take each day, day by day, and just go from
That's
there.
what I'm saying, man. That's real. Yeah, we get like I hear all types of speakers and businessmen like Gary Vee,
Hmm.
Floyd Mayweather and all of them talk about it. Tell us a lot of podcasts sometimes on the YouTube videos, and they say the same thing. You in your 20s, you want to rush, man. You got time, bro. Don't go on and hop into something you don't like because you're getting paid. You know what I mean? Because at the
Like,
end of the day, yeah, the money gonna be good, but once you get into your career and stuff, and you're not liking it, it's not even gonna be worth it.
yeah,
So
that's so true, man.
you gotta do what you want. You gotta do what best for you. You gotta do what you love, and then the money will come. You know what I mean? Because you doing what you love, you gonna end up being the best at it. Because you won't have no problem working with it. You know what I mean? Working hard for it.
Hmm.
Because you're just doing what you love to do, and then the money comes because you start developing, becoming the best at whatever you decide to do. So that's one of the things I learned before I get in my career. So I'm blessed to know things like that, so I don't make wrong decisions. Because really, I'm not saying you got one decision, but it's like a big decision. You don't want to go through something, pick a career, and then go through training and stuff, and then not like it and start another career and go through another training, man. You know what I mean? So it's best to just see if you can pick it the first time.
Yeah,
Requires patience.
that's true, bro. And it's like, bro, that's why patience is a virtue. Like you take your time, you weigh your options, and you. I'm not saying you can plan everything out, but like you can attempt to plan like so much, and it was like when you do that, like there's not as much risk or in the process of doing it. So now you're making
I'm
like if there
saying,
is a
yep,
mistake, it's a calculated mistake, instead of you just messing up everything.
exactly, man. It's basically just patience, man. Like you said, it's the biggest virtue you can have because money comes when you're patient. That's what I learned, man. Whether it's you investing or whether it's you waiting to get level up in your career, it's gonna come, man. It's gonna take patience and hard work.
Yeah,
You're gonna get what you deserve at the end of the day. So
that's true, man. That's true, man. But man, like,
yeah,
how does it feel to be done with Upper Iowa? Like, you completely graduated. Like, you don't have to worry about going back. You don't got to do no classes right now. You don't got to be in the
man.
cold. Yeah, you don't got to be in the snow
Yeah,
no more.
nah, none of that, man. I'm in Tampa right now, so I'm living life. But man, I ain't gonna lie, it was sad, man. I was leaving Christmas break, packing my. Cause I got a condo over there still. I still got some of my stuff in there because I'm gonna go back around May to graduate. My parents made me doing the ceremony,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna move all my stuff out there and my lease ends. So I was telling people like my boys on the team and some of my friends on volleyball team and other teams like, yeah, I'm gonna come back. I mean, I got a condo here. Like I'm gonna come back. I might start a masters. I mean, I still got my scholarship paid for and everything. Like I'll come back and chill with y'all for a little bit. Man, that plane landed in Tampa. I said, hold on. It's hold on, man. I landed it's 80 degrees, beaches, all my boys here. It's just like, I was sending a text that day. I'm like, yeah, man, I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. I'm not really on. I sent you a snap. I caught you at a good time because I wasn't really on. I'm not really on social media like that right now.
Mhm.
And so I'll check it on the weekends or like later at night some night to see if I got any snaps because me and my boys who like on or rent out the condo, we have a group chat on there, so we go through bills and stuff on there.
Okay, okay.
And I open some of my snaps with my friends like, "Hey man, we here, bro. What you doing tonight? What you on tonight?" I'm like, "Bro, I ain't coming back. I'm at the crib, bro. You ain't gonna catch me. I ain't coming back. I ain't gonna lie to you."
Oh, what's up, man? That's hilarious, man. But I know, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I know the next time, like, I return back to Upper Iowa, I know I'm really gonna feel it, man. Like, damn, like, shit, it's so mind blowing to me, like, to realize, like, at first, like, when you're there, he's like, oh, okay, cool, I'm here. It's all right. It's not all that, but then, like, when you leave, you're like, damn, I kind of miss it. Like, I kind of miss the people.
Bro, I miss my friends so much over there, but it's just like, man, like, am I really gonna go leave like here my family and my friends are to just be in the middle of nowhere? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it hit like especially after that last football game. Well,
Hmm.
that it hit. I cried like a baby. I don't even cry like that. crying like a baby, man. But Steve was too. He gonna tell you he was right next to me, crying like a baby. But
Oh,
it hit me. It was like the people I grew here with, who I grinded with in the field, who I like developed relationships with. I'm not gonna see them no more. I'm really gone in 3 weeks. So it's just it'll hit you sometimes. I mean, I got good experiences. This last year or this last semester
yeah.
and last year was the best time I ever had up where Iowa. It was I don't know what made it so far. Like, yeah, I like to party and stuff like that, but it's just like I don't know. It's like everything felt right. Everything was going the way I wanted it to. I mean, no drama, none of that. It's just I don't know. It just felt like it was right to be there. So decided to come back another year, and it was worth it.
Man, how did you make that decision? Like, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna return. I'm gonna play one more year, one more season.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. So you know, I mean, I played with you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I love football. Like, I feel like I always had talent, but it's just like, man, I was getting hurt. Start your senior year and your junior year, both years where I was got to play a lot, I got hurt, and
Yeah.
so like I didn't want like I went up there like the goal like I'm gonna make a name for myself up here. Yeah, I'm gonna get my degree. I'm gonna get my school paid for and stuff like that. But like I'm not just gonna play football and I on my name known. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I had the ability to like showcase myself and things like that. So when I was getting hurt, it was just making me mad. So I remember I think it was Coach Curran, Coach Hoskins asked me if I was coming back when COVID hit and we found out we were having a season. I told him yeah, but in my mind I was like, no, hell no, I'm not coming back. And I just sat down. I played because that COVID year, that fall when we didn't play, I was hurt again. I
She.
had yes, bro. I didn't play that whole fall. I didn't play. I played one practice, and so I hurt my hamstring real bad,
Okay.
and that's what really made me like I'm not coming back. And then I went home they sent us home for Thanksgiving break because COVID. So I was home for Thanksgiving break all the way to January.
Ooh.
And then yeah, bro, it was a big break. And so from that time, I just grinded, man. Like it was like I realized the reason I was getting hurt because I was I'm not that flexible. Like I got speed so like yeah, you know how I go. I'm not really like flexible like that. Man, I was there. They had me in yoga classes. I would work out with team and then gotta go to yoga at 12. Like I was busy, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, and then even when I was home, I was doing the same thing, stretching every night, yoga, and then right when we came that spring season, everything found a place. No injuries, played every practice, balled out, and so that's why I mean I realized like when you work hard, it's gonna pay off. And so I just kept that same mentality throughout the summer. Came in the fall, no injuries again. So it's a blessing, man. I mean, God bless me. So that's the reason. That's really the reason I wanted to come back. I wanted to make a name for myself. I was feeling like I was kind of like failing because I would get my chance in the field, I would get hurt, and then I wouldn't be able to play. So I felt like I was letting my team down. So I didn't
Yeah.
want to. I didn't want to. Yeah, like the team, like they took a chance. I mean, they took a chance. I mean, like they were one of the teams that believed in me to come in and play right away. Not really redshirt. So I mean, I had to repay them for that. You know what I mean? I couldn't just play 4 or 5 years and just kept getting hurt and not being able to showcase my talent. So
Man,
that's the reason I came back.
you really blowing my mind hearing you say this because the times you did play in practice, bro, you was doing damage, my boy. You was straight up
Like
balling on your team.
so was you though, bro. Like it was our whole group. We was just raw. Like me, you, Steve, and like we had a raw group. Brandon, and it blows my mind that we weren't winning as many games as we should. Like that's just still like I'm playing like since you left, I played like what 2 seasons maybe. I think I played 2 seasons since you left. I ain't seen like we still the rawest group I've seen. So I've been there 5 years. The group that was your your junior year, not your senior year, your junior year when it was me, you, Brandon, Steve, Skyler. I'm like, bro, we should have been the playoffs. Like granted, like we have Brent, Brown man. I really feel like it like bugs me 24/7 because I'm like, bro, if I would have stayed healthy I feel like we would have done better. And that's not even on no cocky thing,
Mm-hmm.
stuff or anything. That's just like pure analytics. They was double teaming Steve, Skyler. I'm like, man, I feel like I let y'all down because we was putting up numbers.
Mm-hmm.
150 first game, like we combined it for 300 and between us all receivers and stuff like that. It's just like you can't make that stuff up, man. We was raw. Brant still the best player I got played with. Just
Man, we
trust the
legit
type of
had
team.
some ballers, bro. I'm
Bro,
looking at
we
that.
would bro, even in practice, we would destroy that defense, bro. And we had some raw corners.
That's
Pop,
true.
Corley,
Yeah.
I forgot, boy, them, man, Pop should be in the league. I don't know where he at now, but he should be in the league somewhere else. He's still the best corner I ever played against.
Bro,
I
it's
hold
so
that true.
crazy. I be thinking like, wow, Pop ain't in the league right now. He ain't like not even
Bro,
like starting somewhere, but like the fact that he's just not in the league in general, like what? Like
I'm saying,
this is
like
crazy.
it, that's what I'm saying, bro. Because look, I played against all them, even this year, all them top corners, whatever, the
Mhm.
old bowl game corners, going to the league corners. Man, we dusted them. They was nothing compared to Pop. They ain't not one have I seen compared to Pop.
Yes.
And I hold that true. He cold, bro. He was cold. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's why we were so good now. We
Mm-hmm.
play against we going against spring practice and we going against these players every day. They start to learn your moves, so you got to come up with different moves and stuff to get
Yeah.
open. And then when you go in the game, it's like it's butter. It's like
Sure.
barbecue chicken. It's
He's
easy.
that barbecue
And
chicken.
easy. It's easy, man.
Yeah.
So
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I
I'm
remember
telling
like
you,
seeing you get like you used to get freaky. You and Steve used to get freaky on y'all releases, bro. I remember one day I must have tried one of them you did. I almost tore my groin, boy.
oh,
I
hey,
said, yeah, I'm just gonna let DJ and Steve have this, and I'm gonna let them cook up.
yeah, we had the releases, but you had the routes, man. Your routes was Chris. I ain't gonna hold you. Because I like that was one of my weaknesses. My breakdown was a little slow. You and Tulloch, bro.
Yeah,
Y'all would break and stuff. Y'all be at the same level. You know what I mean? I would have to drop and get low, so like DBs can pick up on that.
mm-hmm.
You and Brandon, when y'all broke down, they can't pick up because y'all on the same level as y'all running. So that was something I tried to learn, but I never got that. Never got it, right?
Man, I'm not
But
gonna lie. I saw your growth as a player, like from like your like beginning like that fall season when you first came to that spring. I said, oh yeah, I said he putting in work for real, for real. Cause at first, like you used to catch the ball with your body a lot. You relied on your body so
yeah,
heavy in your athleticism. But then that spring, I said, oh, he turned into a different beast right now. I said, oh yeah, I got to.
man, I don't know what it was because like that first fall, bro.
Mhm.
I remember fall camp. I balled out. I balled out fall camp, and then I was like, before bro, the first week of fall camp, man, I called parents. I'm like, man, I'm leaving December. I'm out. Unless y'all can get me out now, I'm leaving December. I can't do this. But that's before all the girls and stuff came. That's just us. We just really try to 24/7. I ain't seen no girls yet. I'm
Yeah,
like, bro. I'm like, man, I gotta get up out of here, man. This ain't for me,
yeah,
man. Whatever. Went through fall camp, balled out, and what was it? August 24th when school started. When I saw them girls, I said, never mind, I'm good, I'm good. And it's not even like we had many. It's not even like we
yeah.
had many because we a small school. I just need something. I need something. I gotta see
Need
something, man.
that
I can't be
feminine
looking at y'all.
energy. I feel
I
you.
can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't be looking at y'all 24/7. That's like I see. I'm missing y'all
That's
every
real. That's
day.
real. That's real. Yeah, I
But
completely understand, my boy.
that's what I'm saying. But like, yeah, that's how it was. Fall camp was I remember going in fall camp. Like I'm like, man, they trash. Like I'm going to get these dudes, like, man, they trash. And then I remember the first, Jared, superstar, man. That man could
Yeah,
not practice and he'll go catch for 20 yards like it's nothing. That man he was cold like that.
yeah.
And so he would let me want to play so much, he would sit out and not practice. And he would put me in with the ones. Man, I was running with the ones the whole fall camp. I was running with the ones so much. I thought I was on everything I love. I thought I was starting against Christian.
Yeah.
I'm like, this man ain't playing. He hurt. He in practice in a month.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was starting. I call everybody I knew. I was like, damn, I'm gonna start this game. All this bull. And then we get there, we at the hotel. Coach Hanson Coach Hanson talking about some, yeah, we start with Brandon and not Brandon, Jared and Jesse, and we gonna rotate you in. I was like, you know me, I was real prideful back then. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, bro, whatever. So we get to the first game. Some man, like he tried to get me in the first quarter. Coach Shea was like, man, no, don't put the man. I'm like, all right, whatever. Second quarter went in, couple catches, got a couple big catches. Then I thought I'd be playing after that game because I was going like it's crushed today. It was trash, but it was the fact that I came in and did what I did. So I'm like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start playing. Played Duluth next game. Didn't play a second. Played whoever we played. Didn't play a second. I didn't touch the field again until the fifth game. So for me, it was a confidence. Like when I was like you right, I was catching the ball with my body. I was dropping the ball. I was doing all that. And I stopped caring because it was like a confidence thing. It's like I felt like they destroyed my confidence. Like they didn't believe in me. Well, really, it was just you got to wait your turn. I mean, these players who gave their time to this team for 5 years now. I mean, what I like thinking I'm gonna come in and take their spot right away. So once that spring came, it was over with. Like all that gone. Like it's me against whoever's on the outside. Like it's just competition now. We all the same age, pretty much. So
Bro,
that's where it took
like,
off.
it was just crazy, bro. Like seeing like the difference, like it was so visible, bro. And then like seeing you like diving for passes and this and that, bro. I'm just like, cause like, at first I should be like, all right, I should try like right, like who do I think is the top 5 receivers on the team? I'm like, all right, I need to try to find my way to like a rotation type of get. So I'm like, all right. I'm like Steve, nice. I'm like DJ, nice, but like he catching on his pipe, so I just work on my hands and snap, I'll be decent. But then like seeing the way you bounce back, I can't even I can't I said it's undeniable, bro. I said I can't even front on this dude DJ. Like he's nice. And then it was like, bro, like having conversations with you too. I'm like, he a cool dude too. You feel me? So it's like I wanna see him eat too. You feel me? And then like
Man,
seeing
I want
the
it.
plays you was making, I'm like, man, like he gonna do something. Like he gonna do something.
Man, I wanted all us team, man. We were so close. Like the thing that happens when you in a competitive atmosphere like football or any other like
Yeah.
business or thing like that, when you're competitive, you tend to like you tend not to be as friendly with your coworkers, your teammates and stuff like that. But with us, like with our group, man, it wasn't even like that. Like Keegan or whatever, yeah, Keegan was right behind me, man. We was boys. Me and Steve, boys. We was all boys in that group. And we was tighter than like all the groups I've been in now. So it's just like that's just like shows how mature we were, how old like y'all was older. I learned a lot from y'all, especially at the point of like maturity and stuff like that. Like we was able to ball out, compete, and still be cool, and still go out that night together.
Yeah,
Pop out to whatever party it was that night. Like you know what I mean?
that's
That's
true.
what I thought was special right there. But
Bro, like
yeah,
something else I really enjoyed too is like even like the moments like we would train, like we would just like randomly hit the field and it's like somebody would bring a speaker, we'd bring like a couple of quarterbacks and we'd just go to work. I'm like, bro, this shit is so smooth. You feel like it's
yeah,
better than being out there. Like when you're out there by yourself, like yeah, you can put in work and this and that, but it's like it feels great to see other people pushing you. You know, so you see them, they
yeah.
just all right, I can take it up a notch also. You know, and it's just like this pushing each other to be like the best like of what we was doing, man. It was so smooth, man.
I'm telling you, man, it was smooth. I ain't gonna lie. The biggest thing from like we put in work, and especially like I'm not on that much now, but like in college, I'm not missing no party. I
Yeah.
don't care if there's 10 people there. I don't care if there's five. I don't care if there's 100. I'm at every. I like to. That's like what I like to do because like
Yeah.
and Fayette, there's not that much fun. And so that was my fun back then in college. Is like in order for me to have fun with football too, I'd have to have fun in my outside life. I couldn't just be in my studies and then waking up and grinding in the weights and then going to practice, studying. Like it's a constant cycle. So I thought it was very important for me, especially on the weekends, to relax and have fun with my friends. So I mean, that's what made it fun, man.
Bro, the
But
thing
that's why I told.
that's so
Uh,
outstanding though is like, bro, like with you doing all that stuff, bro, the grades you was able to maintain. You feel me? It wasn't like you was
Yeah,
like a 2.1, 2.5, bro. You was doing your thing for real, man.
yeah. It was like the thing, like one of the things, like I didn't like high school was just I never got to do any of that. So like when I got to college, like I made it I ain't gonna lie, I took a hit. I didn't really take a hit, but like that first year, that spring, the freshman year spring, freshman year fall, straight A's. Freshman year spring, man, it was mainly I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was when we had to do that breakfast club stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
But
I
I
remember
blame
that.
I still blame that man. I don't care what anybody says. But like I got my first C in chemistry, some like simple like chemistry or 2 C's. I got chemistry in some math class or I don't know, I can't remember. But I'm like, man, and I'm over here waking up at 4 a.m. to go eat breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, come on, man. You gotta like it's like I get it. Like there's a point where you like he wanted us to be successful. His intent was good. He wanted us to gain weight, whatever it was. It's the off season. But you gotta understand, man, we not just athletes, we students too. Most of us on that team, most of us here, we not gonna make it to the next level. We'll be lucky if we get one or two. So we gotta take care of our studies before we do that. And so like more I mean, I ain't got no hate against that man, like more power to him. I was glad when he left because it was just like I was glad he was there and I was glad he left. And when he was there, it was just like that was when I was made the point to yeah, I can have fun, I can party and do all this stuff. But if I'm over here making C's on my test or and getting C's in class, I don't deserve to go out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm over, like, yeah, I'm doing good at football, but if I'm not over here getting the grades I need to get and not studying hard enough, I'm not going out that weekend. And so when I put that pressure on myself, man, I start GPA was right back up. I'm like, man, it took 1 weekend for me to just sit at home and not be able to do anything, not play video games. It was like I was punishing myself. And then got in the book, studied, brought my grade back up, and then been up ever since. But when you put that pressure on yourself to be like, look, if you want to party, if you want to go hang out with your friends, if you want to play video games, then you got to take care of what you got to do in your real life first. And at that time, for me, it was great. Football was good. It was just great. So brought that back up, and I kept that mentality throughout the rest of my 4 or 5 years there. So
Where did you get that discipline from, bro? Because that's
man,
so different, bro. A lot of people don't have the discipline or is willing to hold themselves accountable to do that.
man, I think I got it. I ain't gonna lie. I got it from my parents, and they instilled that discipline in me since I was little. I mean, I went to a good private school, from middle school through high school, and if I'm bringing home, man, if I'm bringing home B minus and B's, I'm not. That's not good. That's not coming. So it was just the thing. It was a fact that when I was in school and I'm getting, and I never got to see in high school. But if I'm getting if I have a B minus in the class, and I'm playing, I was a basketball player at the time. I wasn't really like, I didn't like football that much until later in high school. But I'm bringing B minuses in my class, almost at C level. I'm not doing what I got to do in the classroom. Then I'm not gonna be able to hang out with my friends on the weekend. So on those weekends, when my friends was at the beach house and stuff like that, I was at home studying for the next test. I wasn't for a week and a half, 2 weeks later. You know what I mean? And so when you just like that's what I want to put in my kids. When you put that discipline in them at a young age, then when you get to where we were in college, that they gonna have that same mentality because you putting them through that for what 6 to 8 years, middle school through high school. If you do that for 8 years, when you go to college, what do you think they're gonna do? And that's not gonna disappear. And so that stayed with me the whole time. I didn't have my parents didn't have my college login, my grades. They were checking my grades. It was just all up to me. And I knew that if I wanted to be successful in my career, successful in getting into graduate schools and give myself the opportunity to get into schools like that, man, I had to take care of what I came to do. And that was to play football and that was to get my grades right. So to cut everything else out for a little bit. You know what I
Ooh. Boy, you talking that talk, my boy. I'm not gonna lie.
mean?
Bro, how'd you
Yes,
end
sir.
up at Upper Iowa in the first place?
So I had man, it was weird. So I had a lot of offers in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I got my first offer from man, what was it? From my NAI in Kentucky.
Okay.
Then I ended up getting my next offer was a D1. It was at Stetson, but you know how that worked. Like they in the same league with Drake. They can't get athletic scholarships. So academic, I got a lot of academic scholarships, but I still would have been paying a decent amount. And so I felt like I didn't want to put my parents through that. Like I worked hard in the classroom and I worked hard in the field to where I thought I deserved a full scholarship.
Mhm.
So I got offered from Concordia, went on a visit there, gave me a great offer. I wouldn't have paid much, probably like 1,000, 2,000. But man, I brought my boys with. My boys came for my 7 on 17. They
Yeah.
came with me because they got offered too.
Okay. Okay.
And I tell the story. I tell it every time Coach Hoskins, Coach Shea, Coach Kern, they put me in a player panel. I tell the story every time.
Okay.
They ask me why I'm out, why I'm not here, not here. I went to Concordia with my boys. My dad was there, but he wasn't. He came on a visit, but he wasn't with me when I was chilling with my boys.
Okay.
And we chilling with the players. And one of my teammates ended up sitting in one of the players' seats in the dorm,
Mm.
and because he had got up and left. And you know, like if you really wanted your seat that bad, and you left, someone took your seat, you'd be like, "Hey man, I was my seat, can you get up?"
Yeah.
This man came in out like hot shit. Oh man, you gonna get up on my seat? Or something. So he said something like that, man. You got 5 seconds to get on my seat. And
What?
my boy, yeah, I can't make this up, man. My boy, he wasn't going. He was like, man, who you talking to? Fist fight. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, bro. End up getting the fist fight. Coach pulled me in his office next day, and they broke it up. It was no serious injury or anything. But
Yeah.
Coach put me in the office next day. Was like, I think it's still head coach there too. And he was like, hey man, how'd you like your visit? I told him straight up. I said, look, I'm not coming here. Your players don't want us here because if they wanted us here, they wouldn't have gotten to fire my boy. They wouldn't have been on like hot shit like that. And he's like, I'll bump your scholarship up for. I'm like, no, it ain't happening. Like I want to go somewhere where I got a team mentality. And so when I come in and play football, I don't got anybody looking at me, looking down on me because they think I'm coming to take their spot. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That just shows insecurity. That shows your team ain't got no confidence. And so, yeah, I ended up getting an offer from Upper right away. Right when I came on my visit in Concordia, I think Coach Kern followed me. And then he sent me a DM, hey, what's your number? I said, I gave my number, whatever. Call me that second. Was like, hey, so yeah, we're like, what are you looking for? Like, what does it take you? What's it gonna take you to come here? I'm like, man, at this point, this is December, right? I'm
Mhm.
signing. I'm made it my intention. I'm signing on signing day, February 1st. Whatever offers I got, I'm gonna pick from there. I'm not going JUCO or nothing. I'm gonna pick from there, and if I don't got offers, I'm going to USF. I'm not playing football. I'm just going for academic.
Okay.
He called me and was like, I was like, yeah, I want a full. I need a full. Like that's like basically, I don't care if you D5. I don't care what you give me full right. I'm going.
Mhm.
Called me. It was like, called me. He's like, okay, let me talk to my coach. Let me talk to my coaches. Call me back a day later. We need a full ride. I was like, oh, I'm like, yeah, okay, that sounds cool, but I want to come visit. Like I knew in my mind, like, okay, I got to back up for sure, but I'm gonna come visit. I went on. He came pick me up from the airport. I'm driving from Cedar Rapids, so you know how that goes. Hour
Yeah.
and a half. I'm like, that's an hour and a half. That's the nearest airport, bro. It was all I see is cornfields and stuff around. Oh, this ain't for me. Ain't
Mhm.
for me. Get on the campus. I met y'all,
Yeah.
and y'all was doing conditioning.
Yo, I
They
still
brought
remember when
me.
he brought you into
Yeah,
the field house.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. I felt because like on the other visits, this is one of the signs I got that signs that they wanted me. Because on the other visits that went on, I was with people. I was solo. I was solo when I went with y'all by myself. And so went on the visit with y'all, and then watched y'all condition. I'm like, man, y'all boys out here running. I don't know if I want to do all this. And then I waited for y'all to shower. I linked up with Tillich and Skylar and a couple of them, Brent, Romez. Man, them boys was cool. I think it was Romez. Romez and Brandon Tillich single-handedly the reason why I'm here.
Wow.
Because they, like, especially Tillich, that boy can do some recruiting, bro. I don't know. He can bring Julio Jones stuff.
He said you could do some recruit.
That boy can do some recruiting. Man, I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, look, like as a brother to brother, like, man, black people here. At the time, it's just you, E-Man, Brandon, bro. There's maybe four black people on that team, and you know how that went. So I'm like, man, like I mean, I went to like a white school like that, but I still have brothers on my team. I had my whole team brothers.
Yeah.
Talking about that, he's like, man, don't worry about that. You in the Midwest. Midwest is the nicest people you gonna meet. It's not like that how that racist stuff go down in the South.
Mhm.
I didn't believe my first, but then like people coming out there, keep coming out their way, introducing themselves, like, oh man, we want you here, man. You'll love it here. I know it's small town, whatever. And just like have a heart-to-heart conversation with me. He's like, at the time I didn't drink. So I'm like, man, I don't want to do all that. Like, all right, that's cool. Like Brandon told me to drink either. You didn't drink for the whole time. You just
Mhm.
and I ended up I ended up drinking when I started getting to college a little bit. But he's like, man, you can do what you want to do. No one's gonna pressure you to do anything. And romance was kind of like a brother to me then at that point. It was just made sure like I knew what I was getting myself into. Told me the truth from day one. He told me the stuff I didn't want to hear too. He's like, look, man, I'm gonna be real. There's not a lot to do here, but if you think about it, bro, are you coming here to do stuff? Or are you coming here to get your degree and play football and get a chance to play right away? And when he said that, I'm like, you're right.
That's
And so at that, I didn't commit. I committed a day after. I
right.
flew home. And I'm like, man, this boys put it on. Like, boys really put it on me, right? I'm like, I'm committed. Called Coach Grant, committed, and then I almost decommitted before signing day because I had about 8 to 10 offers coming.
Yeah.
Like in high school when they don't get the boys they want to sign,
Mhm.
and you like number 3 or 4 on the list, they gonna offer you. So I
Mhm.
was getting West Florida, Florida Tech, Valparaiso, Northwest Missouri State. All these came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
But then I thought to myself, like, look, y'all didn't believe in me before. Y'all thought 2, 3 people were better than me. This team thought I was their number one. So I'm going with them. So ever since that day, I stayed loyal to them. Like I could have easily transferred when we going 2-7, when we going three and
Yeah.
seven, all that. I could easily transfer. I'm like, nah, bro, they took a chance on me, so I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do my time here. So
That's so real. Like you and Steve, y'all could have easily left and played somewhere else. Even if y'all wanted to go play on a D1 level in one of the power top five type schools, because bro, I still like when me and Justin be talking, bro, I still tell him, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like we was like talking about the Patriots team like last year, like their receiver core was like it wasn't that strong in this and that. I was like, man, I know like two people right now up I can play up there for the Patriots. But
yeah,
man, like y'all was legit nice, and y'all could have easily went anywhere else, but y'all decided to stay, man. And it was like you would hear whispers of certain players saying certain things, but then like they wouldn't say it to you guys' face. So they're like, "Oh man, they'd be like so upset, like why are you guys leaving?" But it's like y'all never just said like y'all was gonna leave, you know?
yeah. So I'd be that never crossed. The only time that crossed my mind I was leaving was when I first got to, like I told you, I'm like, man, I'm leaving at this December. It's not for me. And then once I got through that, it never crossed my mind. I don't care what record we were. It's like what I look like starting something, not finishing it. You know what
Mm,
I mean? That's a big thing. That's a big thing for me. Like how you like the people who I get there's situations where you coaches don't like you, you're not playing.
yeah,
There's all sorts of situations that can come into part or whatever. But they was playing me. I liked those. I didn't have a problem with the coaches. So in my case, I would be leaving because we losing. Like, come on, like you basically say you giving up because you failing. Like
low
that,
key,
those like
low
I know
key.
players who leaving because they losing. Like
Mhm.
I'm like, bro, that's weak to me. You know what I mean? That's weak. That's you. It shows you a weak mind because you're not starting what you finishing. You gonna leave because you're not where you want to be with that team. When you can easily work harder and get it right. You know what I mean? Like am I where I was 6-5 with y'all, and then I had losing records then on and on. But it's just like sometimes you gotta understand it takes rebuilding years. I mean, we got rid of a coach my junior year, and
Mhm.
that's like our junior year. I mean, I don't want to blame it on him, but he's one of the reasons why we weren't where we wanted to be. And I saw that talent. And then my senior, bro, going into my senior year,
Yeah.
I thought we was going to be an SIC champion. Then what happened? People started leaving.
Mhm.
I'm like, because we got a coach leave. I'm like, bro, y'all got to do what y'all came here to do. And even if like last year, man, I went one and whatever, one and 10, whatever it was. But look, I did my thing on my field, and I made sure I taught the boys coming in after me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you gotta realize sometimes, like, man, did I want to be NSIC champion? Did I want to be 10-1 undefeated? Yeah, but at that point, I was in a rebuilding year, so it wasn't about me. It was about bringing the boys up,
Mm-hmm.
who young boys, and grooming them to be a 10-1 team. And that was my role this year. So I made sure, like, all them young receivers we got now, we got some dogs coming out. And so I made sure I taught them I taught them what they need to know. I taught them try to be a role model for them. And I mean, hopefully I see that play off. But they got some leaders on that team. They got some dogs on the team coming up. They didn't have the voice to really express it this year. So hopefully they have a good season this year.
I feel you, man. I feel you. How did that feel, like being put in that leadership position role after so many years, like you, like having somebody else that's that leader? Like we having like us
Yeah,
having like Brandon Tolick, you know. We always
yeah,
had Brandon, so like we would just tell him things and he'll talk to the coaches. But like now you're there, Brandon Tolick. Like how was that?
yeah. It was, bro. It was weird, man. Like even when I was my true senior year, I still wasn't a leader. I wasn't like a captain. It was Lane. Like I learned a lot from Lane, learned a lot of leadership qualities from Lane. Because like I know you only had to play with him 1 year, but that year you left, um, he turned into a selfless leader. Ain't nothing. He would never do something that he wasn't gonna do himself. And
Yeah.
so when you like, and it was like things like it was things that you be on a down low. He wouldn't be telling you to do this. It was just
Mm.
stuff you noticed. He'd be carrying out the football bag for us every day of the team.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so when he said things, everybody listened. So I try to kind of like mock that same thing, leadership qualities that he had. And so coming into this my red shirt this last year, they named the captain or leadership council. They put me on. I was like, y'all pick me. Everybody looking at me. It was funny because everybody looking at me like, they put DJ on here. I'm like, man. And so I realized, man, they did that so I could step up and be a leader. You know what I mean? Maybe I wasn't before. I mean, you know me. I didn't have a serious bone in my body. I'm joking around 24/7. I don't care if we about to go in a game. I don't care if we in halftime. I'm joking around.
Yeah.
And so when they put me in that role, I started doing things I don't normally do. I
Mm.
started calling people out on stuff. You know what I mean? Like I know that's not really in my blood. So when you get put in a leadership role, I mean you ain't got no reason but to step up unless you want to look like a failure. So that's what I'm saying. You got to pick one or two or one or the other. So I chose to step up and be a leader. And the way I really did that is how I played. Like, yeah, like I made like one of the things that I made sure my young receivers learned is that they had to have fun. We
Mm.
had my coach, my receiver. Oh, you get to me. You would love our receivers coach. He's 24, 25. We had fun. Like whatever. I don't care what our record is, what our record was. We had fun and we learned a lot doing it.
Yeah.
These freshman receivers, redshirt freshmen, sophomore receivers, young receivers, they learned a lot while having fun. So that whole time, I wasn't dreading the season. I was having a good time. And there was never a game where I thought we could not go in and win. Because if you look, like the scary thing is, if you look at all our games, we'd be beating these top teams to the fourth quarter and lose somehow.
Bro, I was
And
watching a
that
lot of those games, man.
boy, it's a heartbreaker because all these top teams, whatever, we had played them to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with having our whole defense was basically freshmen. And so we had freshman safeties, corners.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have that, you got to know, like this is their first year. They don't know a lot of situational things. Like it's a lot different from high school. It's a lot more fast paced. And so seeing that, like that gave me like confidence for the future for them. You know what I mean? Like that gave me confidence game by game because we hanging. It's not like we getting blown out. Like we got blown out a couple of games, but it's like these teams are supposed to be so good. We playing right with them. Augie, they took over. Augie took off towards the fourth quarter or whatever. But like we was hanging with them ever since like for the first 3 quarters, going back to back with them and all the other teams. So it was just the fact that our young players learned a lot this year and they had fun doing it. And to me, that's one of the key factors of having a successful team. That's what I told Coach Hoskins all in my exit meeting, man. Like they got futures. Just I hate seeing so many of them leave, man.
Yeah.
I hate it because it's just like a lot of them started, bro. Starters leaving. I don't understand that. because
Thanks.
they're gonna find the hard truth. I mean, your confidence is up because you started as a freshman, but
Mm-hmm.
man, you transferring D1, D2, you got to prove yourself all over again when you had this spot right away.
And you, and like you were saying earlier, bro, those other schools that's offering you now, they didn't believe in you then.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So it's
That's
like,
what that's what I'm saying.
why?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, like, come on. This team took a chance on you. They gave you money to come,
Mm-hmm.
and they believed in you first.
Yeah.
So basically, what you did, you showed them that what they believed was true, and you leaving. You said, "Screw that. We losing. I'm leaving." Sweet to me, bro. And like everybody has their opinion on it. Don't get me wrong. Some people think it's right. Some people think it's wrong. For me, it's just that's nothing. I don't like. I'm loyal. I don't leave like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay my years. I don't care if we won in 0-20. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do my best to get the program to where it's where it's gonna be. If it's not gonna be there, be where it's gonna be when I'm there. It's gonna be where it's gonna be 2-3 years from now as I'm grooming these young kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like my mindset and stuff like that.
That's real, man. Bro, I remember watching that last home game, that senior game, man. Watching that, bro, and watching the show that you put on, my boy. But what was going through your mind throughout that game, man?
Man, look, I told everybody, all my receivers, like I was having a good season. I'm like, look, when my parents come, I take off every time. There's no if there's but it's just gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And so I'm telling my boys like, yeah, where you playing against the Wayne State DB on it? I'm like, all right, bro, you want to show me?
Yeah.
And I got on that. I like to journal.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I can do in the morning. I got in my journal right now. I can pull it up. Okay. It was hot day before Halloween. I wrote in my journal. Yeah, I'm thankful for everything I had or whatever. Today we playing Wayne State, and I am going to go off. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. I got it written down in my journal right now. Yeah. And so I went on that field, man. It was just like it was just natural. First catch, first play, touchdown. After that, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be. I told the DB, I'm like, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell. But man, that was like that. I could not have asked God for a better ending to my career on that home field on Hard I Shine. That's my last game ever playing there, and it was, it's special. Your friends in the stands, your family in the stands, man. And so, yeah, man, it was just especially the best feeling was overtime. One of my listen, it was they had tie game. They marched down the field, and I'm standing on the bleachers watching all this. I'm not saying a word to nobody. Everybody coming up, teacher, what's your stats? Well, you almost had 200 all this. I'm not listening to none of that. One of my freshman tight ends came, Isaiah Grant, gonna be a dog one day. Yeah. 6'5" tight end, freshman.
What are you talking about? I know you're talking about.
Light skin, he gonna be a dog. He came up to me, and I'll never forget it. He stood right on me on the bench. He's like, "Will you pray with me?" I was like, "Oh, for sure, bro. Always pray with him." Said a prayer like, "Lord, if it's in your will, we'll win this game. We thank you, no matter what the outcome happens." Mm-hmm. Sure enough, Eric Hansen sack. Mm-hmm. Out of field goal range, 10 yards. We go in overtime. We get the ball. Man, I knew after we went to overtime, I'm like, it's over for y'all. It's over. Yeah. I told every DB out there, because the DBs came out to me and said, yeah, you scared now? We in overtime. It's over. I'm like, bro, we had so much play, like current scheming. Not scheming. Hell out of that game. Yeah. We had plays like we was just burning them on basic shit. We didn't do anything. And so we went to overtime. We brought out all our plays that we've been practicing. Yeah. I knew it was over. So the touchdown I scored, and there was no doubt in my mind. The only way I'm not going to score this is if I drop the ball, which is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at the DB and I'm just smiling because he's inside leverage, and that's what I want. I'm like, bro, I almost want to tell him, bro, you better scoot out here. And then whatever, it was on that play, I got to run a whip route, outside whip route. So I came in, boom, hit the slant. I knew he was coming. Broke down. Ball was in the air. I kid you not, it felt like a movie. It was like the ball was coming in slow motion. Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm like, there's no way. I thought someone was gonna come and hit me from the back, caught it, touchdown went down. I was just like, man, that shit brought tears in my eyes after the game. Cause just like all that stuff we worked. Yeah, I don't care if it was one win.
Mm-hmm.
The only one we got, man, we took down the team, one of the top teams in the nation. When nobody
That's
else
facts.
thought we could do it.
That's facts.
And so, yeah, man, it was something special. I always like the thing is like I like to see things before they happen. So I'm visualizing what I can do in the game. I always visualize the interview. That's one of the things I always want to up our with have an interview after the game because I played so well. And it happened my very last game that I could have possibly had one. And so that's special, man. The only person I really can thank is God for that. So I just sound blessed for that.
But I still remember watching that game, bro, because the I know someone that played for Wayne State, like that receiver,
Oh
Tori.
yeah, he cold. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's my boy.
cold.
Like we grew up like in the same area and stuff. Like we played like flag football together in middle school and stuff. So I already knew him. And then it was like, man, like seeing y'all two like going back and forth
Back to
with
back.
plays. I'm like, oh snap, bro. I said this is crazy, bro. And then like,
We was going back,
yeah, it
back
was
to
just so
back, bro.
crazy, man. And it's like, bro, I'm just thinking about like all the times like I've trained with you in the past, and I know like you still putting in work. I know you just didn't stop there. It's like wow, like this man DJ, like he's shown like this is I think I don't know if I messaged you, but I think I did. I was like last one, best one, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
You
like,
did, you
bro, this
did.
to see that you really like put on this. I said this is what I wanted to see right here, man.
Yeah, man. That was, bro. I'm telling you, that was, bro. And it was the thing is, Wayne State on like you remember, bro. They talk the most, and so me, I like to talk. Like that's like
Yeah,
it's like when you talk, that's what gets me going. That makes it fun. It's no personal, so I'm gonna shake the hand for the game, good game. But it's just like that's what keeps the game fun. So the corner was talking all game, and it got to a point like that, like on everything they were trying to injure me, bro. I came out twice. Yes, bro. I came right back in too. They were trying to get me out, hit me late and stuff. And I remember your boy took it to the house. I mean, he was gone, shook everybody. I'm like, all right, bro, we got to shake back. Going into halftime because they brought it to a one score lead or one score down, and so that's when I got the ball. Whatever. It was like 20 seconds before halftime. Took it all the way down the field. I tied out the 1 yard line about 3 times that game. It drove me insane.
yeah,
But I got up and I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell Ruth nobody. I was seeing stars, bro, because they had hit me late. And
yeah,
so I'm when you can see on the play, like you watch the live stream, I got slow. I was walking around like, man, I'm not gonna come out. And I remember number 7, the corner, whatever he was, hot shot corner, came up to me. He's like, yeah, that's why I thought you out now or something. And I had to I was out of it. I was out of it, but I still had enough sense. I'm like, bro, you got 150 yards on your head. The fact that you saying anything to me right now is blowing my mind.
yeah.
And Lane already came in. He's like, bro, like started talking, and after that, I mean, I knew we were gonna win. I knew it because you got like when you hear Lane talking trash, it's
Yeah.
up. You know that way that talk no trash. It's up. So,
Oh man, bro, where'd
and that
you
was a
get?
special year.
Yeah, like where did you
Right?
get like visualizing like your success from? Like where'd you get that concept from, man?
Man, learning, man. So I like to read. I mean, I read Think and Grow Rich. Right now I'm on the Power of the Subconscious Mind, but it's just like I also like when I go on YouTube, I don't watch like video games and stuff like that. I watch like stuff like you sent me, stuff, the Steve Harvey stuff.
Mhm.
Everybody and the cool thing about this is if you read those books, it doesn't matter what you believe. I believe in the Bible. If you read the Bible, if you read uh books about your mind, your subconscious mind, if you listen to all the most successful people in this world,
Mhm.
they say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like there's no like, and that's what really like intrigues me is like the thing that people like don't believe in or whatever, it's believed in by the most successful people in the world. So it's like, why would you not like they got to where they are for a reason. Most of these
Mhm.
people, Steve Harvey was homeless. Most of these people got it out the mud. So the fact that they're where they're at like now, is astonishing, and they do the same thing that any of us can do. So one big thing about it, I mean, they say it's like you write it, Habakkuk 2:2. See, Harvey said it. Write it down and like I don't know the exact words, but it's like write your vision down and don't make Terry or sure come to light. And I started doing that, and it's just like bro, I have it. I'm gonna pull out my journal because I know a lot of people think I make stuff like this up. Because I told I tried to tell my boys this on the team, and every day during the season, every day, almost every day, my journal or whatever, I wrote, I'm an all-conference football player. Every day. What happened? It came to light. You know what I mean? That's
Come on now.
Look, man. Look.
Come on now.
You can see. I don't know if you can really. Oh, I got to see the picture. You can't really see it, but it's just like, I'm an all-conference football player. You see it? I'm all-conference. It says that on every single one of these pages. Every single one, all the way to the end of the season. And I had to send you a picture of that now. So when that happened, I immediately, bro, when I found out I was all confident, I sent a video of all those journal pages of every video of the video that me and you used to watch with Steve Harvey. I sent it to every single young player on the offensive player on my team. I sent it to my receiver, my starting quarterback, freshman quarterback, and everybody. So I want to know, like, this stuff is not fake. If you visualize what you want to be in your life, and you visualize yourself succeeding, it's gonna happen. That's like it's all in your subconscious mind. I mean, I learned, like, I'm a science major. I learned a lot about that stuff. And so, like, when I'm reading stuff about this, and I'm listening to some of the best, most successful people in the world, it all connects. Like, this is not like they're not making stuff up. It's scientifically speaking, it all connects. And one of the biggest, and like, I don't mean to get into science about that, but like one of the biggest like proofs of this is the placebo effect. You know what that is, bro. If you believe a drug is healing you, and it's like basically it's a placebo, it's a sugar pill. It's not really a drug, and they put in a bottle of pills. So when you're taking these pills, whatever, it's working, and then like every now and then you get a placebo. And so if you get a placebo, what are you gonna do? You're gonna think it's working. You're gonna get the same exact effect, whether it's sugar or any other thing. You're gonna get the same exact effect that you were given before. And that's because it's all because of belief. What you believe you are, it's gonna come to light. I mean, there's no, like, that's the biggest proof of if anybody never believes in that. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. I visualized every game. Before every game, man, I'm visualizing myself scoring. I'm visualizing myself having a good game. I'm visualizing myself with all conference trophies, like all of that. And it all came to light. So, like, that's what I mean. I'm telling you, I didn't mean to get into science.
Yeah, you good.
If you read, man, like, it's too many, like me especially, bro. I'm over here on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, looking at other people's lives and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I gotta get focused. That's why I don't have that stuff on my. Like, you won't go see me on TikTok. You won't go see me. You might see me on Snapchat every now and then, and that's to communicate with my boys about the condo. So if I see a snap from you, I'm gonna respond real quick. But you're not gonna see me post on that because, like, learn a lot. Like, try to get a lot of more podcasts. Learn a lot from podcasts, man. Floyd Mayweather said it himself. You heard the podcast, man. We got, man, look, 24 hours a day, 8 hours a day, you sleeping. 9 to 5, that's more hours, 8 hours of your day. That's 16 hours right away. Taking the time you gotta eat, that's 1-2 hours. Taking the time you gotta get ready. And if you got kids, that's even more hours, man. You looking at 2 hours of free time throughout your day, and you telling me you want to spend that on social media? Come on, man. Like, it's just like a focus. Like, it's like I wish I would have learned this stuff when I was in college, because I promise, like, if people learn this stuff in college, they would have been far more successful than what they are now. Like me. I mean, I'm learning now. I mean, I'm grateful I learned this stuff now, but it's just like, man, you, like, once you really look at the analytics behind all this, all the, like, time frames, you really don't got that much time throughout the day. So you gotta get focused.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, now I'm not, bro. I like to party. I'm not even partying right now. I can't tell you last time I've been out was before Christmas with my boys. I got home for graduation. Like we can like what I'm telling my boys now is we can party when we make.
That's facts.
When we
That's big
man,
facts, bro.
listen,
That's
man,
big
listen.
facts.
I will get even if you don't make it. If I make it, like when I make it,
Mm,
I'll get whatever you want. We go on a yacht. I'll get strippers, whatever you want. We got the best party you want to in the world. But
mm,
until then, we ain't got nothing to celebrate.
that's facts.
Graduation, yeah, we graduated, whatever. Like you celebrate that a little bit, but we supposed to. Like, I mean, that's something you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
When we really make it and we get to the place we want to be, man, I'm telling you, it's all me. But until then, man, you got to put your head down for a little bit, man. You got to say goodbye to some of the things you got to say goodbye to. So like a sacrifice thing, you know what I mean?
Bro, that's so real, bro. Cause like me and Justin, like we talk about that like with our podcast and stuff, you know, like us getting like certain guests, we like, all right, cool. Like we would talk like beforehand, like when we had this UFC fight, like Cody Stedman, I believe his name, we had him on. Like before we had him on, we was like 10 minutes before like he like hopped on the Zoom or whatever. We was like, oh shit, like this is really about to happen. What the fuck? Like we were so nervous, you know. But then
Yeah,
we interviewed him and stuff, like everything was cool. And after that, we started talking. Like, bro, like now it's like we're only going up from here, man. And it was like, bro, like we just really have to lock in right now, like partying and
yeah,
stuff, like
bro.
celebrating, like cool, this is a great accomplishment. All right, we're going to the next one, you know, and just making us better, you know, like getting better at what we're doing with this recording stuff, you know, man.
For sure, man. I mean, as if you continue with that same mentality, man, ain't like it's gonna come to light, man. Yeah, like this podcast gonna be successful, bro. I mean, you look at the greatest players, Kobe. What do you do? Work. LeBron. What do you do? Work. It's that constant work ethic to where when it's on your mind 24/7, you're not satisfied. Like you're not like I'm not satisfied with graduating. Yeah, I did it, whatever, it hit me, whatever, but it's not like I'm over here screaming for joy. I mean, like, I still got stuff to do. And in my mind, I haven't done nothing yet. Football, whatever. I mean, that was a good time. Like I got to play, have a good experience in football. And luckily, I got my party and stuff out the way in college, so where that's not on my mind like that anymore because I already did all that stuff. Now when you want to be successful, you got to take it to the next level, no matter what career you want to be in. Like you be successful doing freaking anything you want to do. Podcast, you can be a jammer, be successful, be the best damn jammer you ever like in the world. But it's just that mindset of there's nothing to celebrate until you make it. And you'll find that you don't get satisfied with little victories anymore. You want the big victories and you keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And I'm telling you, when you get like social media is big for y'all, especially for you and Justin, because podcasts and stuff like that, that's big on social media. You got to be on social media to get that, to get like your name out and stuff like that. And then when you post it, I'll even log on to my Twitter and retweet and put it out there. But it's just like you ain't got time to be scrolling. Like a lot of kids these days, man, the social media, man, they got so many algorithms and stuff. They'll keep you on there for hours. Now I remember sitting on TikTok sometime before in November, December. I was sitting there for 3 hours. I'm like, oh, what am I like? This thing is keep me on here. And so when you get off it for like a day or two, man, you realize how much time you have in a day to do things you want to do. I'm not saying like you can still do your hobbies, man. You want to play video games, go ahead and do that, but it gives you more time to get what you need to get done and research, read, and do the things you need to do to be successful and do some of your hobbies. Because at the end of the day, man, social media highlight reel. That's all it is. It's like,
come on now. Yeah.
That's all I'm telling you about. Instagram, what you think people gonna show you their worst life? Come on, bro. They're gonna show you them being in a happy relationship. They're gonna show you the nicest cars they got. They're gonna show you the nicest house they got. They're gonna show you the best of everything. But then deep down, we all the same. Yeah, someone can go post a Tesla. All right, show me your house. Show me how you really live. And some people got it like that, but just like, oh, wow, I'm really gonna hit you with, bro. It's psychology, bro. Because Maslow, I got a minor in psychology this year to prolong my eligibility. I didn't want to start a master's. I'm going to use Maslow's hierarchy of need, man. Like you always want to get the self actualization, man. That's when you know yourself. That's when it's basically from like adolescence to when you grow up. It's how the stages goes, pyramid. And you want to get the self actualization. That's the highest stage you get to. That's when you know yourself. That's when you know everything you want, you know everything about yourself. You don't need needs of belonging. At the bottom, it needs of belonging for family. Family needs of belonging, and that's when you are when you're a baby, where you're supposed to be. But it's crazy because in today's age, that's what people are. You wanna know why? Because they feel like they gotta post something on Instagram to show people they're happy. And
Yeah.
oh, I got a car. Now I'm gonna show you I got a car. Oh, I got a hot girlfriend. I'm gonna show you got a hot girlfriend. And so they're looking for needs and belongings from other people instead of having it within themselves. So they get stuck at the bottom of the pyramid where all the money, that's the thing, all the money, all success is at the top. Once you realize you don't got to show people nothing, you don't got to prove nothing to nobody, but they can think what they want. But when you know yourself, that's when all the money and stuff start coming in. You don't really care about what other people think about you. You know what I mean?
That's
So
that's that's so true, bro. Cause like now we live in a time in which people don't just love validation; they're in love with it too. You
that's what
know.
I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man. They're chasing the stuff for the wrong reason. When they're chasing, like, in some cases for themselves, they're chasing it for the validation and like the feeling of wanting to like belong or feel needed or caring about what other people think about them. And that's at the bottom of the pyramid. You're supposed to get rid of that by the time you hit age 5. And you 20 years old. Like I'm over here on Instagram before. I'm over here like, man, this dude he got a nice car, man. He got a hot wife, whatever. He living life, man. I'm like, bro, deep down, you don't know what other people going through. Like, you know, so man, like
Yeah.
you see how many celebrities you see overdosing? How many celebrities you see commit suicide? How many celebrities you see alcoholics?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see that. Like that's why a lot of suicides and stuff happen. You're like, man, what the hell? They look so happy. Yeah, everybody look happy on Instagram,
That's true.
on Snapchat. Because you think about it, who gonna post their worst life? Nobody in their right mind will do that.
Facts.
So they believe in a false reality
Mm-hmm.
and realistic people going through the same thing you going through. They just post their highlights when you don't gotta do that. Like you wanna go on Twitter, like you can use TikTok and stuff like that for motivation, inspiration, like taking like hearing podcasts or like hearing most successful minds speak. But at some point that you can get to a point where you're not satisfied, you're not grateful for your life and for the
Mm-hmm.
things you got in your life because you're looking at other people what other people have, and then that's when you don't get blessings. God not gonna bless you if you're not grateful for what you have already. And
Right.
so once you get off that stuff, you start realizing all the stuff you have, and you don't really care about what other people have because you're happy with it yourself. So that's kind of like a big thing for me that I learned.
Bro, that's so real, bro. And it's like, bro, people get too caught up in comparing themselves to others that they forgot to be grateful. You
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a key, man. I'm telling you, when you grateful for things and you show God that you're grateful for the stuff you have in your life, all He gonna do is bless you. He gonna punish you for being grateful for what He's giving you.
Mm-hmm.
When you like dumbify or like simple it down to like the little things, man, it all makes sense. It all connects. It all connects to success, man. And so that's kind of stuff that I've been learning, man. But it's in books, man. Once you start read like I don't read like I don't read like crime books.
Yeah.
Like that's some people have to do that. It's a good hobby. But you still learning, you still developing your brain, training your brain. But when you start reading books that like teach you things, it
Yeah.
sticks with you and it teaches you to want to read more. Like I got a book right here that I read every day. This is one of them. Power of the subconscious mind. I've been learning and reading. I'm almost done with that, but I got it like last week.
Mm-hmm.
I make it like a goal of mine to read every day. When it's 10 pages, 20 pages, like I'm gonna read something every day. When you're
Bro.
doing that, you force yourself to learn something every day. And you realize that all the stuff connects. Like all the stuff you sent me with Steve Harvey, it's
Mm-hmm.
all in that book. It's all on Think and Grow Rich. It's all on all that stuff. So
Bro, that's so true, bro. And it's like, bro, to hear you talk about like the books you're reading, bro. Bro, there's a book I'm reading right now called Black Titan. It's about the first black millionaire and like how like he grew up and stuff like that, like what he went through, him and his family went through and stuff. So it's like, bro, like reading is so important, bro, and it takes you like to another space, man. And it's like, bro, it's a way to receive advice from other people that was here before you. you know. And it's like without you having to go through those troubles, those pains, you learn from their mistakes and their lessons, you know.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's like a cheat code, man.
Yeah.
Why do you think every millionaire you see, like, yeah, you get millionaires, TikTok success, whatever, doing TikToks. Like you get like people who like what do they call, like social media icons who are gonna get success from their looks or like being funny. Like that's a talent. I think God gives you talent.
Mm-hmm.
But for other people who are trying to like create businesses and like be successful in their career, it's all in the book. That's why you see social Elon Musk creating rockets and all these stuff because he learned. Like, yeah, granted he's God given talent to be a genius, but he reads. You think of man reads? You know, like Steve Harvey reads.
Right.
You don't think all these people read? That's what they learn. All the stuff they teach you.
Mm-hmm.
And so through books and podcasts and stuff that you have now, it's a cheat code because you don't got to do what they did to learn what they had down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like kind of having even like those role models and all those mentors in your life to where you can literally cheat the system and speed it up by just learning from them because they already been through it. So
Right.
key is just listen and learn, man. Network, just
Mm-hmm.
key to success in today's society, in my opinion.
Bro, that's so true, bro. And it's like to go back what you were saying a little bit earlier about these different celebrities, man. It's like a lot of times, bro, those celebrities and all that fame and stuff, they just have them golden handcuffs, you know? Like they're in prison to their success. You know, they're in prison to that fame and always needing that attention and stuff, bro. And that's what caused them to go mad and make them go crazy and stuff.
That's
And
what
like,
I'm saying, man.
mhm,
You just because they put it's what it is. They put their joy. They think joy will come from money. And like, yeah, money gonna make me happy. I ain't gonna lie. Money won't make you happy because you get the stuff you will get, but it's not gonna make you satisfied. You know what I mean?
mm,
Because you're gonna see somebody with a bigger yacht than you. You're gonna see someone with a nicer car than you, a bigger house.
mhm,
And so you're gonna keep wanting more and more. And if you're not tying into nothing like else, like spiritual, like God, putting faith in God and stuff like that, like you just never gonna be satisfied. That's why people go crazy. They just want money, more money, more money, more money. And no matter how much they get, they won't be satisfied.
bro,
So
that's so real, bro. And it's like, bro, like not to get like all like preachy and this and that, bro. It's like if you let God be your anchor, bro, you'll be so smooth, like for real,
I'm
for real.
telling you, man. That's why I don't get how the society works, man. Because
Mhm.
it's like they being like we being taught the wrong things. We idolizing TikTok stars.
Facts.
We idolizing other men who
Mhm.
just like us. You know what I mean? He just like to believe the same way you do. What it look like Jack on a man. You know what I mean? And like you start picking up on stuff like that. You're like, oh man, that's not cool. I'm about to be Jordan. And he gets all these girls. All the girls think he's hot and stuff like that. Like, bro, he just like you. I mean, I was one of them. I was one of them. I was like, damn, man. Like, dude, he got all this stuff, all that. But you said when you sit back and realize that he is you,
Mhm.
except he did the work to get to where he was, then it's just like you ain't got no other reason to jump on the man. You got to do the work they did to get to where he is. It's not no like rocket science. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's no man in this earth who works hard and not be successful.
Mhm.
So it just
That's
depends
so,
how you do it. Yeah,
bro.
man.
What's something you would tell your younger self first walking into UIU if you could?
Walking with UIU, so man, from the stuff I know now, I was gonna say to just like stay away from like partying and stuff, but that's not true because
Mhm.
man, like you gotta have some fun when you're in college, man.
Mhm.
Even if you're learning, but I would just say to like I tell myself to like read. I wish I would have started reading more and knowing the stuff I know now back then.
Mhm.
Because like it's like when you realize you are what you think,
Mhm.
then like everything will fall into place. Like if you think you're gonna be sick, you gonna get sick. If you think you're gonna get hurt, you don't get hurt. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was getting hurt. Like first season, after the first season, I'm like, man, I'm just gonna get hurt again. And when that's consciously on the back of your mind, what you think is gonna happen? And so when you get out of that way of thinking and stuff like that, then you won't have as many problems. So like that's what I would tell myself. It's like you are how you think. If you think you want to be a millionaire one day, you're gonna be a millionaire. You wanna know why? Because when you start thinking, say, oh man, I'm a millionaire, whatever, you start acting like it, all that stuff gets added on to you. So it's just like all those qualities that a millionaire would have. Once it's on the back of your mind, and you think about 24/7, it's gonna come out to light. You know what I mean? And you'll start exhibiting these qualities that you don't even notice. Like you're not gonna want to do the things you want to do before. You're gonna start looking at things differently. And it's not where most people get mixed up in. It doesn't happen overnight. It's constant, constant thinking like thinking like you're the best at everything you do. That's one of the reasons. That's also something I tell myself. You gotta think you're the best. It's like if you think about it, man, this is how you live your life. This is your reality. There's no reason you should think going in that some man's better than you. In my opinion, like I don't, you know what I mean? Because if you think somebody else better than you, you already lose.
That's facts.
You ain't got
That's facts.
you already done lost. You already done lost. If you like
Yeah.
you like I got like I got a lot of stuff back in college. I was prideful, or whatever. I had confidence. I was just like, man, that's to me that's one of the biggest keys to success is confidence. You gotta know, like even if you just gotta know that you're the best. I mean, like you gotta think that in our head because like there's like you really think about it and shit. I think about it. Why would you think another man's better than you? You know what I mean? This is your reality. This is how you see things. This is how you do things. So when it makes sense to see yourself as the best, and that's not even being prideful. Because look, it's difference between pride where you're like, okay, I'm the best, and it's because of nobody else and all this. No, like you think you're the best because you blessed. It's because of God. God gave you all these things, gave you all these qualities, gave you all these attributes, and if you think you're the best through that, there's no need. There's no like pride connects. There's no like thinking you're prideful, and that's what people get mixed up in. Like, yeah, you could think you're the best and know that it came from God, but in my opinion, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I don't care if I know anything about nothing and think somebody's better than me. Like, I'm not gonna go into a science building and think someone's smarter than me, because then you already lose. You already put yourself like on a downhill uh, spiral. Because once you think someone's better than you, you're like, oh man, I gotta do this, I gotta do this to get to that level. Or if you think you already at that level, it's gonna be added on. It's gonna be like added on to you. Like it's gonna show itself through its like outward appearance. So
Bro,
that's that's my number one.
bro, this is like hearing you say that, like confidence and like believing in yourself, bro. It's just reminding me of like certain. I'm like having flashbacks to certain moments, like when we was on campus together, and people be like, "Why is DJ so confident? Like, why did he think he could do everything?" But it's like, bro, you need that. That's the
Got
that's
it.
that's
Gotta
the
have it.
foundation right there. If you don't get
Gotta
that,
have it.
there's no need. You're beat already.
And then listen, and this is what I learned, man. It kind of died down. Like when I came in fall camp, man, I wanted the best DB out there.
Mhm.
I was calling man Tanner. I want you on me. I want you have to show me if you can cover me or not. Because I don't care what everybody else said. Like in my mind, I'm the best. Why you think Jalen Ramsey's so raw?
That's facts.
Why you think all the best players are confident? You didn't think like Jalen, he expressed it, but some players just don't express it. Like DeAndre Hopkins. You think the man go around walking around thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have a tough match. Jalen's better than me. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hell no. So like I kind of let that die. I kind of let that die down after fall camp. That's why I started. That's why I went through like my downhill time, catching balls in my chest, my confidence going down. So then people tell me, man, you don't got to be that confident. And then once I learned in the spring, like if that's people being mad at you confident has nothing to do with you. That's
Mm.
their that's their insecurity. Right? If somebody feels some type of way, if you confident, it has nothing to do with them. It shows their insecurity, man. You win it. Because in their mind, because look, if you in their mind, you the best. You wanna know why? Because if they do all that to break your confidence, that means they know yours is higher than theirs. And they think you better than it. So they trying to break you and put you down to their level.
Yeah.
And when you start learning these things, man, it's like when you start putting these things like in your mind, the back of your mind, you start thinking about it.
Mhm.
Can't nobody tell you nothing. You don't care what anybody else thinks. You can walk in wherever you want to think, or football, whatever. I'm the best receiver out here. Anybody else want to show me? And if they mad, you know why they mad. Because they believe it too. No, you think everybody hated Jalen. And once he said before he got there, first picture, everybody hated him when he was on Jacksonville. Took that team to the playoffs. And once he took that team to the playoffs, corner of the year, first team all pro. They got mad that he was confident. No, they was videotaping him, putting him on press conferences, all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how it goes sometimes, man. You gotta
Right.
learn, man. Confidence is the key to anything, man. If you confident, you win in life.
Right. That's big facts, man. Man, what's some of your goals that you have like for this year, man?
This year, man, for this year, my main goal was to get off social. I want to take some time on social media. I'm doing it right now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying I'll never get back on it, but for right now, until I'm learning how to not need it, not to like, not like having it on my phone, I'm gonna automatically I'm sitting down, I'm gonna tap on it. And so when I get out of that habit, then I'll get back on it. But until then, I'm kind of on social media.
Yeah.
I'm working. I want to work out every day. That's one of the main things I want to do, and I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
Uh, Gallon of water every day. Been doing that. Waking up early,
Mhm.
6:30 every day. I mean, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's Saturday, Sunday, like waking up early and then starting your day. You have much more time to be able to do the things you want to do. And now I'm reading at least 10 pages a day. I do that. I always read more because when I get to 10 pages, I'm like, man, it's interesting. I'm gonna keep going. And as far as career things go, man, one of the big goals for me is to figure out what I'm gonna do. I have opportunity. I have the air traffic control, and we'll see how that goes with the offer letter. But if I don't end up liking that, I feel like I'm gonna go to the medical route. I don't know if I'll go to med school though. But I
Okay.
think I'm thinking about right now is and that's why like one of my big goals before I say it, is research things. Like I'm researching things that I'll be good at, like especially in the medical field, anything physical, like figure out what I want to do in my life.
Yeah.
But right now I've been looking a lot at nursing. So I want what I really want like if I end up in the medical field, I already have all my classes for nursing or whatever. Just got to go nursing school for 2 years, and then I want to take that and be a practitioner, which is also a doctor. So you
Okay.
be a doctor, nurse practitioner. You can have your own practice. You can act as a doctor. You can act like independently without supervisional help in certain states. So I think that's one of the ways I want to go through medical in the medical route because med school, man, I don't know if I want to spend 8 years in med school, man. So
Yeah.
that's one of the alternatives. And then I want to stack some money, man.
Okay.
I want to stack some money. Football. I was living easy with the refund checks, but I mean
Mm.
now I'm in a big boy world, so
Yeah.
I applied big boy world. So I applied a couple lab jobs. Yeah, those go to stack money. I don't want to buy like you like me. Like one thing that's not gonna ever change about me is like I'm bougie. I like
He's
designer
not
stuff.
bougie.
I'm bougie, and that's not even like it's not even I'm bougie as hell, and that's not even like I kind of like want. It's not even like I want people to think I'm like rich or anything. Just like that's like a accomplishment for me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I buy, because like even Busting already tell you, he'll tell you, and I watch one of his videos. Say you buy something like that, like fly first class one
Yup.
time,
You gonna want to do it
and then
again.
you gonna want to do it again. You're gonna do anything you can do to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, I'm buying $600 shoes, $600 wallets. You buy that one time, and you see how nice it is. What you gonna want to do? You want to go get there again. So you gonna keep working to get where you want to be, to where you're at the point, to where you're at the point where you can buy whatever you want whenever you want it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And it kind of grooves you to that point. That's one reason why I'm bougie. That's why I like to tell people. Nobody believes when I say that, but
Yeah.
that's what I like to tell people. But yeah, I want to stack some money up, and man, I don't know. Those are my goals for right now.
Okay.
But
Okay. That's smooth, bro. That's
Yeah.
smooth, bro. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people before we dip off, man?
Yeah. One last thing I want to tell everybody, man. Believe, like I'm really talking about, just believe in yourself, man. No matter what anybody tell you, they'll tell you all the things you don't want to hear. Sometimes they try to protect you, like even like your brain. It's like your mind. It tell you you tired when you're not. It tries to protect you. You want to be uncomfortable, man. And once you get through that, when you stop caring what other people think, you can be whatever you want. People used to tell me I couldn't catch. Look at me now.
That's
They could
right.
tell me I only catch my body. Look at me now. I only catch my body. All this, I heard all that. All right, look at me now. So it's like, don't listen to what anybody's saying. Just believe in yourself. Stay confident in yourself, and watch success will come. You
Man,
know?
that's so real. Man, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to have this amazing conversation with me, bro. I really appreciate it, and I enjoy all the gems that you dropped, and I'm pretty sure other people are gonna pick them up also.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you bringing me on here, man. I want to be on here for a little bit, so I'm thankful for the opportunity, man.
No problem at all, my guy, man. That's it for the latest episode. Checking in with Brando. We done here, man. You can go ahead and check out all the other original content that we have on All American State of Mind YouTube channel, or you can go check out the All American State of Mind podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen to a podcast, and share with 3 friends and tell your 3 friends to share with another 3, and we out.